welcome back. And after the last 5 games, it's time to show you another one, and it's Liverpool on the horizon. We did it! The great escape from the jaws of a sacking, of which I've had 2 now on Football Manager 2018. The game's not officially out at this point, if you're watching in the future. I've been sacked twice on stream, so it's going well. And I nearly faced the sack in this game, but it wasn't to be, sadly for you that mainly were watching to see if it would happen. But what we do have is a budget to spend and games to play. So this episode is going to consist of a game against Liverpool, Friday Night Football in the Premier League. Last time we played Liverpool, you might recall, it was a 6-4 defeat. And if we have a game anything like that all over again, it'll be quite exciting to watch. Hopefully it's a good one. Apart from that, we're going to look at transfers and mainly the right wing position. If we look at our player search, you can see I've been looking at the right wing position. Many players that are interested in transfers. The problem I've got is there's not too many that are interested. I think little lad called Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I'm considering. Anyway, let's crack on then. Let's look at the team for this game and get into a game against Liverpool, which should be, in theory, quite good. But 150 million to spend, and with time left in the window, I kind of want to know if you think we should be spending it. Now, this series will go on an extra season at least, so we'll have the money in the summer to spend. But if there's something we can do right now to propel us into the top 4, then I think we should probably do it. Right then, let's take a look at the team for today's game. Petr Cech will be in goal, of course he will. Bellerin, Mustafi, and I'm going to choose Rob Holding for this game. Klassenak's there too. Xhaka and Sedi in the middle, with Iwobi on the left, Ozil through the middle, and Lacazette out on that wide right. We're playing Aaron Ramsey there, but with the former Moussa Dembele, 13 goals so far this season. I want to get him and Lacazette in the same team, but keep the system that's been working for us. There's an injury to Koscielny, hence he's not playing. I'm going without Mertesacker for this one, or Callum Chambers, whose morale is slightly different. So Rob Holding is in there. I think that might be a loan offer from Rob Holding currently. Yeah, Stoke want him. But we're going to see how he does. Our bench is strong as well. Plenty of options there for us. And yeah, everyone's getting back to full fitness. And in fact, we'll put Gay on the bench instead of Chambers, because Monreal can do all sorts. So that's going to bring us to the end of the little tactics talk, and let's get into the game. Now, purely because this was a good game last time, it's going to be one of 2 things. It's going to live up to those expectations, isn't it? Or we're going to be extremely underwhelmed. Daniel Sturridge there leads the line for Liverpool. Coutinho, Lallana, and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and behind Henderson and Shan behind those 4. We've got Moreno, Lovren, Matip, and Kleiman Mignolet in goal. They're playing the same formation as us, and it's going to be a test then. Who's got the better 11? Without Firmino, without Mane, without Salah, it's going to be interesting, and a couple of them are on the bench. So passionately say we could potentially move into a qualification spot. I don't actually know. That's very vague, isn't it? We've done it now, and Lacazette was motivated. As the teams walk out, we'll be watching this game in 3D. It's only one game today, so why not? And then a lot of transfer chat, and we'll see where we can bring players in. With money to spend, this is an opportunity for some of these boys to prove that they deserve a place in the team. Alex Iwobi's one of them, and he's just completely run through Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain early on. Part of me respects it, part of me is disgusted by his actions. I noticed there, no league table. This isn't an FA Cup game, is it? Is this an FA Cup game? Am I going crazy over here? No, it's not an FA Cup game. Okay, I just wonder why I couldn't see the league table. I thought, is there a league table? There's a chance here, actually. Dembele goes through, shot on goal. Mignolet was very casual with that save, and he's kept it out. Well done, Simon. It's a shock to me, to be honest, that you've managed to hold that. Maybe if we try again, do we get the league table? There we go. So they come for Sturridge is in on goal. Is it the post? And cleared. Holding gets back. Goodness gracious. After all that, the league table's gone again. Bellerin's got a throw in. If you look at the table then, we'll look at the top 10. Chelsea currently in 10th. We're 9 points ahead of Chelsea, which is a bit strange, as we actually come forward with it. Lacazette, challenges flying in. Lovren looking good there. Again, shockingly. Even Mignolet having very good games. Bellerin on that right-hand side. Plays it into the feet of Lacazette. If we can pull it back for someone. Ozil's there. Iwobi. Dembele. How is it not in the goal? It finally goes in. It's a ridiculous way to finish the goal. Watch Mignolet on the replay. I don't know what's gone on. This is the perfect angle for this. So Bellerin's down that side, pulls it back to Lacazette, who pulls it back once again. Ozil has a shot. Iwobi's shot's blocked. Mignolet then saves it, and then it just hits his legs. So it's like just no reaction from Mignolet. Oh, well, I've made my saves. I guess I'm done here. I'm picking it up out the back of the net. Free kick. Seri to put it in, and does. No one there. Lovren heads away, and Lallana gets an extra touch on it. But Seri will get there first, ahead of the Liverpool attackers. And he goes back to Hector Bellerin, who finds Klassenak. And working it quite nicely. Going right round the outskirts of our formation as Dembele now, in the central area, tackled. And Liverpool get a chance to bring this away. And it's Daniel Sturridge, quite deep in our half. And Klassenak pitches it off him. The counter press almost coming into play for Arsenal, surprisingly against Liverpool. Dembele finds Lacazette again, and we were dangerous from here before. As the pullback comes across, Mignolet parries it out for a corner. Hardly convincing, though, was it? And a corner kick to be swung in by Jean-Michel Seri. and it goes straight to the feet of Matip, and I wish I hadn't talked over it now. But if we win this game, we'll be up to 41 points, a point behind Manchester City, level on points with Tottenham. They've got a game in hand or so. I'm looking at the league table down here, and then we can maybe close in. I mean, the top two probably look unattainable right now. West Ham and Manchester United, I don't think we can catch them. I thought Mignolet missed the ball there. It was just a little bit of sort of delay as Liverpool come forward again. They've got some dangerous players, but Coutinho can't find the pass. And Lacazette, who's actually so far looked pretty dangerous on this right-hand side. Maybe we don't need a right midfielder after all. Maybe Lacazette is the answer. As Iwobi's ball across to Ozil, who always performs in the big games and celebrates wildly. The Arsenal fans in this corner are going berserk. I think he's DD there. He's losing his mind. But there we go, 2-0, looking very good. You can see from this reverse angle, Lacazette, it's just a driving run through the centre. Dembele picks it up, spots the run of Iwobi, whose cutback is perfect, and Mesut Ozil running onto it, perfectly timed. Liverpool's defence is stationary, and it's 2-0 to the Arsenal. This is proving to be interesting. We said at the start of the game, if these boys play well, then they'll work their way into my plans for the second half of the season. This Lacazette on the wide right, I've not considered it yet, but when you see what he's doing there, he seems to be coping pretty well with it. Is that an option? What do we think? And as we come to half-time then, 2-0 in the lead at the Emirates, looking really good. Liverpool not really got going. I mean, it does go down as a Mignolet goal, and Mesut Ozil with the goal too. Lovely old job. Team talk then, let's go very passionate. I'm very happy with the performance. Keep it going, lads. And I mean, that couldn't have gone any better. I know it's there, I don't know if you saw that, but Alexander Lacazette's cross completion is at 0%. So maybe he's good in an attacking sense because he's clinical to a point, but we need someone who's going to be able to get on the wing, get a ball in for the likes of Lacazette, and that might be the issue. But actually, when you think about it, we're on a bit of a run here. Like with the way the form's been going, we've perked up a little bit. It's Liverpool's chance maybe to do something in the game. On about the hour mark, Adam Lallana finds Firmino, who's come off the bench, and he plays it back to Lallana. The ball's poor though, and Kolasinac clears towards Dembele. He rises with Matip, but loses out, and it's a chance now. You can see lots of changes being made. Mane's on the pitch now. We've got Firmino, Rob Holding with one of the best double tackles I think I've ever seen. Rob Holding, Mesut Ozil plays through Dembele, and this would be all because of Rob Holding's tackle, and it is. Dembele finishes it off. I mean, we're going to see a replay of this. I almost want to go back all the way to the Rob Holding double challenge, which I've never seen the like of before. I've put him in the team today, and my goodness gracious me, did he reward me. Can we go back? I think we can if we use this, and then rewind slightly. I just want to see the Rob Holding double challenge. We're a bit far away from this, so you can see it here, look. It escapes his grasp, but double slide tackle gets it back, and the ball's played through. Great ball from Ozil. Iwobi slips him in, and then you can see, look at this, Ozil's ball straight through the gap between the defenders. Dembele's on it like a shot, and fires it past Mignolet. Great finish, but it was all about the Rob Holding double tackle. Who thought we'd be talking about Rob Holding's double tackle today? Certainly not me. Potentially another chance for us here. Mesut Ozil into the feet of Lacazette, and we're working it again very nicely. Xhaka with a raking ball out to the left-hand side. Alex Iwobi beats his man towards Dembele again, who's hit the bar. Lacazette to follow up. It's 4-0, and we've seen Arsenal crumble in some of the big games. It ain't happening today. Morale's good, form's good, and we're absolutely shining. Liverpool have been well beaten here, and there's still 22 minutes left to go in the game. I think some changes might be necessary. Alex Iwobi rinses Nathaniel Klein, dinks one into the middle. Dembele's unlucky with the header, and Lacazette with a finish, and it's Arsenal 4, Liverpool 0. Tactically then, let's make a couple of changes. If there's ever a time for Christian Benteke, I believe that time is now. On he comes, attack it against his former club, remember, as well. Didn't quite work out for him at Liverpool. Jack Wilshere's going to come on from Ozil as well. Two players have had a great game, but let's get them off, let's keep them rested, and let's bring on two guys that need to find a little bit of form. Wilshere and Benteke. Can the goal fest continue? And there we are then, Arsenal 4, Liverpool 0. No, was the answer. No. Well, you know, if you want to kill a game off, just bring on Christian. There we go then. Well, now this does actually leave me with a bit of a headache. A very good performance. I'm very happy you got to see that. I almost didn't do it. I almost did the next two, but I'm pleased we did. We've got a week now before Newcastle in the FA Cup. And it's a week in which I want to focus on a few transfers, ins and outs. We've obviously lost a Spina, so I'm looking to get another goalkeeper in. I mean, we enter the European race up to 6th position. That's probably the highest we've been so far, and we'll take it as well. Very happy with that. Interesting to note as well, 4 clean sheets on the bounce, only 1 conceded in our last 6, and that was a game. That was a goal against Manchester City. Did Sanchez get the goal on that one? Yeah, he did. Alexis Sanchez with a goal. So really, Arsenal scoring for fun right now. Former Arsenal scoring for fun right now. Classy Mesut Ozil on form. Well, praise his performance. He was superb in front of goal last time out. Thanks, boss. He doesn't speak like that. He's German. That's defensive. Move on. First, he was a school child, and then he was I mean, I don't know what he was after that. I mean, an adult ordinarily, but that's not what I meant. Sheffield Wednesday have bid for one of our defenders. I don't think we're going to use him, so we'll let him go. But back to scouting and back to the players that we're looking for and wondering if we can attract. Now, there's players out there like Lucas Moura, you've got to think would be a really good addition. At 25, he's not on that much money at PSG. We could probably get him as well for around sort of 30, 40 million. You can see that estimated cost 41 million to 59. 71 is the rating of signing him. That's what they suggest. If we take a look actually at some of these, you can see Berardi is a player that they definitely think we should go after. He fills this right side position. He can play as an inside forward. He's at Sassuolo. That's now it is. We've been through this. I did a save in Italy. Domenico Berardi, though. I can say that bit. He's not had a great season, though. Only 2 goals and 2 assists. He's not exactly in form, but he's one of the hotter prospects. Gelson Martins is one that we could maybe go for. At Sporting, would cost around 35 million on that right-hand side. Got plenty of flair, attacking, creative. Crossing isn't the best, and he is wanted by Manchester United. This might be one of the guys that we go for. There's a minimum release fee in there for 53 million. Would you make the purchase? I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at what sort of contract he wants. We'll offer 30 million to begin with, and we'll see what Sporting say. Aside from that, you've got players like Inaki Williams that you can maybe bring in. Julian Brandt's another one, as is Kevin Volland. So there's certainly options for us in that wide right position. It's just whether they're the right option for us right now. Would we be better off trying to get back in the Champions League and then attracting those names? These names will probably still be here. The point is, if you're in the Champions League, you suddenly go up a little level in who you can attract, and I guess that's the question mark. You can see he was highlighted in red. Fakir, someone I've been looking at. I think if we'd have sold Mesut Ozil, this would have been the replacement, but as that didn't happen, as we kept him, Fakir didn't join. And it's interesting, on Mesut Ozil, he's got not long left on his contract. He's not signed with anyone else. We could probably try and offer him one. He wants a big pay rise, and his long-term aim is to win the Premier League. I mean, we'll finalise the promises and we'll negotiate his contract. He wants 275k, so he actually wants a contract that I can't offer him, which is interesting. And it'd be way above what he's on right now. It'd be a huge increase. And this leaves us with a bit of a conundrum. As much as we don't really want to let him go, it looks as if he's going to leave on a free transfer, and it's tricky, isn't it? 7 assists, 3 goals, 7.35. We might have a season where this is his last year. That was kind of why we sold Sanchez, because I didn't want to be in this position. I think with Mesut Ozil it was slightly different. We didn't have someone of his quality in the centre, so it was worth keeping him around. I don't think Jack Wilshere was ready, whereas the plan wasn't to play wide players either, so the sale of Sanchez made a little bit more sense. The question is, though, what do we do now? What system do we go with? What team do we play with? And what positions do we really need strengthening? You could arguably say left back's okay, right back's okay, centre backs with Mustafi and Koscielny, you're pretty happy. Goalkeeper might be an area to look at. What I was thinking is Jack Butland, maybe. Bring in Jack Butland from Stoke. He can be the first choice this year, sort of gets to know the club a little bit, 6 months at the club, and then comes in after the summer as our first choice, and we try and move Petr Cech on, who's at the latter stage of his career. If we actually just look at Jack Butland and see what the situation is. So Jack Butland right now has got a bid on him from us for 30 million. Actually, I must have done this a few days ago, actually. 30.5 million yet to be replied to. And that's a transfer that I would actually really like to get done with the money that we've got. I think it would be a smart investment and try and get there ahead of other clubs that might be interested. A few more offers have come in for this young Spanish centre-back, and again, we're going to let him go. So, just talking about it, the Butland bid has been rejected. Now, we did take a look, and they don't want to sell him at any costs. Now, I think what we do is we try and talk to the press a little bit. We try unsettle him essentially, which is probably a wrong thing to do. But I think he would relish a move to a bigger club. And if we can get him in, I do think he's the perfect player to bring in, aside for after Petr Cech essentially. Coquelin apparently is going to move to China. Well, bid and we'll see, won't we? Mustafi wants to talk about leaving to join Bayern. Right. We can give you Champions League football, if you crave it, stick around. Look, if we don't qualify for this season, you can go. He says he can do that, so we've settled him down, luckily. Our spinner is already on his way out, so we definitely need another goalkeeper. We've still got time to do it. I'm unsure. I think what we might do next time is it might be a bit of a deadline day special. We'll bring you the Premier League game. I think we'll probably skip the Newcastle game, and we'll bring you the Southampton one on the 31st. That could then obviously include the Everton game if not much happens. But if not much happens, we'll play the Everton game. If something does happen, it'll be Southampton and the deadline day, where I think things might end up happening. Okay, final thing we'll do. We've played a game. We've talked about transfers. I do want your feedback on this as well. Would you go all out for someone like Gelson Martins? I think he might be the option. Let me know in the comment section. You've got to remember, though, because we're not in the Champions League, I've mentioned this before, but the players we can attract aren't the best players. But what we'll do is we're going to see who's transfer listed for big money that might not necessarily be interested. And it's interesting that Virgil van Dijk comes up. Would you go for him? 26 years of age, certainly got lots of legs left in him. He's got 12 marking, which I think is the only concern about him as a defender in general. He's got great heading, great tackling, mentals are fantastic, as are his physicals. 6'4". He's the one player that we almost got, didn't we? He's got a £70 million asking price, and honestly, I don't think I'd ever pay that. We'll bid his value, and although as much as I assume they'll reject it, at least we're putting in a little bit of interest. If there's anyone else here on the transfer list or that you think might be good, let me know. No one's really jumping out at me though. Mario Balotelli, maybe not. I think before we go, we'll put another bid in for Jack Butland, 35 million. I think for a top-class keeper these days, and I was quite like an Englishman between the sticks as well. It's something we should certainly do. Callum Chambers is worried that we'll be signing Virgil van Dijk. I mean, I'm happy with the balance of the squad. He's abysmal. He's professional. Like, what is your problem, Callum? I just want to see if they're going to respond to this Butland bid, because it's a big deal, because we need a goalkeeper, and if we can't get him in, we're going to have to get a bit of a short-term fix for maybe 6 months or so to play as a secondary to Petr Cech, who's doing fine, but if he gets an injury, then we're absolutely destroyed. So we need to bring someone in. Again, it's rejected. How much would you go for Jack Butland? 24 years of age. He's got some fantastic stats for a goalkeeper. Fantastic reflexes, great at one-on-ones, perfect handling, and is probably going to get better as well. There's pros and cons there. What do you reckon? He could be a 4-star keeper, and for me, that's probably good enough. We'll get an analyst report as well, but as I say, I think we'll leave it there. Right then, if you've enjoyed today, oh my god, is there an earthquake occurring? And that's going to bring us to the end then. If you've enjoyed today's video, drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. There'll be another episode of this for the rest of the week. Yesterday was just a bit of a break day for me, and we can carry on with the Arsenal save, with the Ajax save, so we'll love with care. Until next time, goodbye.